JRi and myself are extremely excited to be involved with Wildcat at a OE level of supply for the new Wildcat platform. For a company of our age and our size, this is an extremely huge milestone and part of the growth of our company. And with that said, we've taken the incentives to move into a facility that can handle this kind of capacity, and also bring in a staff that even more so can handle this capacity. The shocks are hand built. In my point of view, I'd rather have it that way than mass assembled or assembled without human hands on it. With the human involvement, we have a much higher level of quality control and offering a better, superior product to the customer. Takes a little bit more work, takes a little bit more time, but in the end result, it's well worth it.
For the Wildcat project, we came up with a couple of different shock offerings to work on the different platforms between the Wildcat 2-seater, 4-seater, and Wildcat Sport. This particular shock is our 2-inch shock body with a 2.5-inch piggyback reservoir. It has a 5/8 inch shaft and shaft adjustable compression. This shock will go on the front of the Wildcat 2-seater and 4-seater, and then it'll be on all 4 corners of the Wildcat Sport. We decided to go with a 2.5-inch piggyback reservoir because it allows us to increase the amount of nitrogen in the shock. That in turn reduces rod force and rate, ultimately providing a consistent performance over a range of temperatures. When we designed the rear shock for the Wildcat 2 and 4-seater, we looked closely at the 5-link suspension setup that Wildcat had designed. Once we looked at that, we decided to go with a 2.5-inch shock body, a 2.5-inch piggyback reservoir, a 7/8 inch shaft, and then once again shaft adjustable compression.
Something unique to the JRi shock at this OE level is what we call a shaft adjustable compression shock, where typically the adjusters are located in the crossover portion of the shock, which is displaced fluid is what you're adjusting your compression on, which is a very small amount of fluid. We put our adjuster in the shaft between the rebound side and the compression side of the piston, so it's much more accurate in change of direction and frequency response. The device itself was originally created for the use in NASCAR on the track and also on their 7-post testing, and it was so accurate and so reliable that we chose to go with this method in our initial 18-month testing period with Wildcat, evaluating this shock for this program. And time again it proved to be the better adjustment and the better alternative to what's available now.